Time for tip rat racing.
Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of Tip Rat Racing. In this episode, unfortunately, not much glamour. We're just replacing axles in the front of Tip Rat. Due to the fact that we smashed them out up at training and we're heading to KUKERIN this weekend. So best thing I can do is get on with it, get these things in here. We've got 2 spares to go as well, just down there, thanks Repco. And we're going to put a couple more ball joints in the big girl, seal up the front, and I think that's about it. Bleed the clutch. Failing that, I think she's all ready to rock and roll. So hang in there, watch it. It's only going to be a short one. Watch a bit of footage, and we'll go from there. There we go, a little bit more carnage right there, so we can get a better look at it for you. Obviously the axle, when it came loose from the CV and snapped off, it's also hit the shock and slid it all across there as well. So yet again, a bit more to the depth kit. I'm lucky I've got a Challenger out the back. I'll just rip some of the Iron Man ones off of that and we'll go from there. I just about got this side neutered. Put another shock in there, the old Iron Man off the Challenger. New CVs in there. Basically, new ball joint on the bottom. Get rid of some grease off the big girl. Put the tyre on, and this side's all but done. As always, the first thing we do, plug up the battery charger to the big girl. Make sure the batteries are all full of Gooner for the main event. The other thing is our wiper system worked absolutely spotless, thanks Huggy and Rattles, but it does chew a 6 amp hour battery down pretty damn quickly, so we've got to make sure we take a couple of those. But all in all, I'm on the other side now and get into this side, get that axle out, get it all sorted, put the ball joint in and going from there. So I've managed to get this, well, the axle out, the CV's still in there, or half of it, as you can see from that picture there. So I'm going to try and weld a plate in here and then weld the dent puller onto it, the slide hammer, and see if I can't pop it out like that. And then I've got this little schmozzle I was talking about earlier on. That's what remains of the nut but that's right there. So it's meant to have something like that there. Instead, it had the finest little bit. So I've got to grind this right down and then separate that. But I'm not quite sure which shit fucking cake to hit first. I might try and get the CV out, and at least then I can put all that back together and then just worry about that. So I've hooked up a primitive slide hammer here. Just put that plate across, like I said, bit of 10mm round bar and a rotor off a patrol right there. The idea is I'm going to slide that up and hit against that. Hopefully that's going to shunt that sucker out, so we'll see how we go. Not working so far. So we finally got the axle out and the new CV axle put in. Now it's time to challenge that ball joint with the grinder. First, might have a bit of lunch. Alright, looks like I got lucky here. I managed to file the old nut off the bottom, which there wasn't very much of that. Smashed it out and there we go. Gone with the old crap. Now we're just smashing in the new one. We'll bolt her up, and this side's as good as done, guys. Last thing I've got to do is drain this clutch up. It was giving us a lot of trouble up at training. Didn't like us meshing in back and forth geared, so we'll give that a quick bleed up. It did have some janky ass looking grey stuff, fluid, so we'll put some fresh stuff in. Got Harry from MetSpark coming up to give us a hand yet again. Thanks, MetSpark. So yep, we'll smash that out, and I think we're all ready to head to KUKERIN, guys. Rightio, as you can see, the wheels are all back on the big girl. I've had her outside, articulated her around. I've actually left a little bit more gap in between here than what we had when we went to training, in the hope that it lessens the angle on the CV and we don't smash them as quick. I think we're always going to have issues with the power that the motor's putting out and the CVs, but we'll try it, see what happens. There's no harm in trying it. We've got to try something. Got to try something to get one lap around KUKERIN. We should get a couple more than one lap because we got 2 spare axles, so hopefully that means at least 2 laps in 4-wheel drive. Failing that, we got the ball joint in, as you see, and we got the other swivel arm ball done, axle in. So yeah, all in all, she's looking pretty good. We'll give her an idle down. She's all good to go. So yet again, a big shout out for TJ Signs and good old mate Greg Huggins at MetSpark. It's great these guys are on board. They do a wicked amount of help to help us keep going. So thanks to them guys. As always, like and subscribe, guys. I can't stress that enough. We're actually at 260 viewers. At this time last year, I think we're at like 78. So that's pretty good. It's not the best in the world. We know Cletus McFarlane, but at the end of the day, we are known Cletus McFarlane. So I'm pretty happy with that. So like I said, like and subscribe. Till the next one, guys. We'll see you at KUKERIN.